What you doing? You know you ain't got no business. You know you not ready. You know you're not even in the right mindset. You know what? This is your guy, Sealz the Man. And I am here to talk to y'all. We need to have a talk. From Sealz the Man's point of view, from a man's point of view, you know I'ma always be real with you. So it's not the fact that you can't find a man or you can't get a man. It's not even the fact that you can't keep a man. It's the fact, whether you admit to it or not, that you are not ready for a man or any relationship for that matter. But the crazy thing about it is, you know this, but I'll explain. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for coming back to watch my videos. I appreciate every single one of y'all. So as I always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you ever want to buy Sealz the Man a coffee to get through the day, no pressure at all. There's a buy me a coffee link in the description below. I appreciate it, every single one of y'all, because they do help. And also, if you have an Instagram page, come follow your boy on Instagram at Sealz the Man across all boards. And it's been a while since a night episode, right? But guess what? We back. Let's get to it. So like I was saying in the beginning, you know you're not ready. And you know it. You're fighting it. Your own red flags are smacking you up and down and sideways across your face. But let's be real. You need to stop dating. Period. For now. The first reason why you should stop dating immediately, pronto, ASAP, is because you have not healed from your past trauma. And the thing about people who do not heal from their past trauma is that cut people bleed on others. And if you never heal from what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who never hurt you. And it's not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to anyone. So what I want you to remember is that you are the priority. And you are setting yourself up for failure for any relationship that you want if you don't heal the relationship that you have with yourself. And you might say, Sealz, like I've been trying, you know? I feel like I've done everything I'm supposed to do to move on. But that's the thing. Moving on doesn't necessarily mean moving on to someone else. Moving on can mean moving on to the next level in you. Moving on to the next phase of happiness for you. Moving on embodies progress. It does not mean you go from one man to another. And as I always emphasize, when you are dating, you should date with intention. You should not date to fill your empty time because you are newly single. You should not date because you just want to feel the presence of a man. You should date with a purpose. So if you know you're not ready for a relationship, that means you are not ready to date. So do yourself a favor and don't even waste your own time, because there is a great risk that you will do nothing but bust open your wound even worse. Please, after relationships, if they end bad or on mutual terms, you need to sit down and just be with self. Just sit, breathe, reevaluate what happened. Almost in a way, take yourself to a shop and make sure you're not damaged. Like how people take their car to a shop. Also, like, you know, before you buy a car, you take it to your mechanic to make sure the car is okay to go again, to run. You got to make sure you are able to go again and to run, and be honest with yourself. Just because you can do the action does not mean your mind and your spirit is ready to follow. Make sure all three phases are ready. Another thing with this is that there are sharks out there and they can smell blood in the water. You may think you look cool, you may think you're covering up your wounds and your internal battles well, but there are sharks in the water who can see through all of that. And if you get yourself in a bad position, you're gonna put yourself in a worse position. The second reason why you should stop dating is because you are trying to find someone else when you should really be trying to find yourself. You will be surprised how many lost people are out here. And they may be people you think got it together. We got people out here that are walking this earth who know their names, but do not know who they are. And in not knowing who you are, you do not know what you want. And in most cases, you do not know what you don't want. So you may make decisions going off of feelings, buying into tangible things, investing yourself in things that don't invest back into you. Like, do you get it? You just walked into a trap, but you could have avoided that trap if you knew what your trap was. Because everyone who knows themselves, they know what their traps are. They know what their vices are. They know what their devils are. They know what their triggers are. But unless you know yourself, you won't know. So it will be so easy to fall into a trap. You will be susceptible to self-inflicted failure. If there's ever a time where you're to yourself and you begin to ask yourself questions about yourself and you can't find the answer, or you don't know how to answer it or how to feel about it, then maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that you don't know yourself as much as you think you do. And it's okay. Life is a journey. We're all going through this together. I'm going through it. I'm still figuring things out about myself. But the most important thing is I'm admitting to not knowing enough about myself. I'm accepting this journey. But because I know these things, I know I don't want to put myself in a vulnerable position. There's a lot of people out there that will rather get lost in someone else than have someone else help them find themselves. So tell me, how can you date? How can you commit to dating? How can you commit to someone else when you're not even found? You're not even there. They're unknowingly not even dating you. They're not dating the real you. Don't you feel like they deserve to date the real you? Because that's what you will want, right? The third thing Sealz the Man wants y'all to pay attention to is to evaluate the area you are in and the circles you are attracted to. You know what boggles my mind sometimes? When I hear people say, oh, I attract the same type of man or woman. Or, oh, why do my relationships keep ending the same way? One reason is because you are hanging around the same type of people, in the same type of area and environment, hanging in the same circles. So what do you expect? When you put a nice fresh apple in a bucket full of rotten apples, guess what's gonna happen? That apple ain't gonna be fresh for too long. You cannot expect to have a different result if you're surrounded by the same factors. And in most cases, you are the one who chooses to be in these same circles, around these same type of people. So stop dating, because you're dating the same person over and over and over again. Yeah, they might come in a different color or come in a different height or a different financial status, but inside they are the same type of persons. You're just running in circles with the same type of people. What was that famous Albert Einstein line? When you keep doing the same things and expecting a different result, that is the definition of insanity. And that's why you are insane. Just kidding. Kinda. So stop doing this to yourself. Stop dating. Realize what you reside in, where you socialize, and see if these people are all just birds of the same flock. And you can only do this if you stop. The fourth reason why you should stop dating, just stop, is because if your why is dry, then you need to say goodbye. How do y'all let me get away with these lines? I just don't understand. But in layman's terms, what is your why? Why are you dating? I want you to stop. The theme of this video, stop and sit down. Why do you want to date? Is it for security? Is it to fill a void? Or is it for potential of love and a future relationship? But what is it? But I want you to be honest, especially if you just got out of a relationship. What is your why? I'll put it like this too. If you wouldn't want your son or your daughter to have this why when they're dating, if you will frown upon them having this why when they're dating, then maybe you shouldn't be either. Because your why is your compass, and your why is going to lead you. So if your why is based on things that don't matter, things that won't last through the storm, things that won't build you up or heal you, things that won't bring you true happiness, then your why is dry. So don't even start a dating process if your why is not worth it. Now, Sealz the Man is not trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to look out for you. And it always comes to decisions, the positions that you put yourself in. You know, a lot of the problems we have could be totally avoided if we were to just stop in the beginning of it and think, is this worth it? Just think about it. Think about a lot of the problems you had. If you were to just stop and thought about the worthiness of pursuing whatever it is, would you have gone through with it? So if your why is not for the right reason, then let it go. And it's probably because you're not at the place you should be, to be with someone else. So Sealz the Man is here to be that little angel on your shoulder, to remind you to look out for self. Because when you start dating, you are sharing yourself. But you cannot share yourself if you don't know yourself. It would be unfair to share yourself if you are not your whole self. I would hate to buy a pie of pizza and 4 slices are already taken out of it. That's not fair to me. So just remember, don't commit if it doesn't fit. Yo, I just want y'all to go back through this video. I said nothing but straight bars. And they were rhyming. For real. Check me out. Get your boy Sealz a record deal. Love all y'all. Make sure y'all put yourselves first. Peace and blessings and have a good night, alright?